You had 4 sacks against UTSA. What made you so effective about being able to get to the quarterback?
It's a simple answer. The entire D-line room. I mean, we do a really good job as a unit, working together and having great chemistry. So really, I just give a huge shout out to the rest of the D-line room. Everybody's doing a great job. We just got to keep working.
Ben?
Tyler, Ronnie was just talking about maybe not having the edge that you all expect to play with in that first half against Florida. Why do you feel like that was, and do you feel like that changed going into that second half and has carried over since?
Yeah, I mean, as you see, we definitely came out with more of an edge that second half. But yeah, I think that's something we're carrying over right now. Going into practice this week, you know, we're just trying to approach every week just with the right mindset, regardless of who it is. Just focusing on ourselves more so.
Wes?
Tyler, I know every game that you play, every next game is the most important game. Is it hard to forget what happened the last time y'all played these guys? I mean, there was a lot at stake, and obviously it didn't go the way you wanted.
We just focus on every week the same. We just try to go in with the right mindset. I mean, you can look at what you say in the past or the future, whatever you want to look at, but if you don't worry about the right now, the moment you're in, I think that you let something slip past you. So we're kind of just focused on right now, just being the best unit we can be today.
Adam?
Aside from the emotions or the stakes of that game last year, was there anything instructive that you took out of that? Because obviously you're going to be facing the same quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really effective guy. He does a good job getting out of the pocket and finding his guys down the field. So, yeah, just going back, watching the film from last year and just seeing what we could have done better, what we did do good, and then just taking those things and trying to build off of it.
In the back. And then we'll go to Vince.
On Monday, Michael talked a lot about how you guys need to play if the game is 0-0 for 60 minutes.
Right.
They kind of got away from you guys against UTSA in the third. How important is that mentality when you go up against South Carolina?
I think it's imperative. I think it is our main focus, just being locked in for all 4 quarters, keeping our mindset in the right spot. I think that's the biggest thing, to be honest with you. Just attacking every play the same way, regardless of what the score may be, regardless of how much time left on the clock. We're just putting our best foot forward every snap.
Vince?
What else stands out about that South Carolina offense other than Spencer Rattler you mentioned?
I mean, he does a really good job, like I said, getting it down the field. Their backs run really hard. They're big up front. I think they do a good job as a unit playing together. So we're going to have to do the same and just play behind our backs.
Coach Garner was talking about David Hobbs and his potential
Right.
as a teammate. Can you talk about what you've seen from him?
I mean, Hobbs, David, he's a really, really, really athletic kid. And I think he has a real desire to learn. So I think whenever you have a young guy that comes in and he wants to learn and he's eager to get better, I think that he always has a bright future.
Patrick?
I think you 4 sacks, and I think you came in the season with 7.5 your career. Mario was talking after the game the other day about how what you're doing before the game or during the week or off the field is all helping you learn the field. Do you feel like your routine during the week is different, or how you're approaching the game is different compared to years past?
Oh yeah, it's completely different. I think the biggest thing this year, I just have a plan and just like a routine, like you said. I just keep up with the same thing throughout the whole week, whether it be yoga in the beginning of the week, stretching throughout the week, just therapy throughout the week. Just keeping and being consistent with it. I think that's been the biggest thing for me, is just trying to improve with my consistency, like I said, on and off the field.
Why do you think that's been different for you? Is it just kind of, it's your senior year, it's kind of clicking in for you, or is it?
I mean, that's part of it too, but I mean, honestly, just looking at the past, like, it hasn't gone the way I wanted it to, so what can I do to be better? You always want to look at what you need to start doing, what you need to stop doing, and some things you continue doing. So that's been the biggest thing for me, is just self-evaluating and seeing where I can get better.
Time for 1 or 2 more. Vince?
Anytime after a loss, there's
Right.
blame shared and thrown out there, and you're really good friends with Joe Milton.
Right.
Do you guys hear as teammates some of the criticism of Joe, and what's your reaction to that when people are on him?
In this locker room, we believe in Joe, and we think he can be as good as anybody in the whole nation, if not the best. So we don't really pay attention to any of the criticism, to be honest. We believe in our guy, and we have full faith in him that he's going to lead us to victory.
We'll go Eric, and then we'll finish in the back.
Obviously a big game on Saturday. How good will it be to get that noise level up at Neyland, kind of that home field advantage against an opposing offense that can move the ball?
I'm excited about seeing all the fans pop out. I mean, they do a great job every week, whether it's home or away. But I definitely think that the fans are going to be excited for this one.
In the back?
In
In the post-game press conference, Joe and Amari both talked about keeping your foot on their neck, not letting up, things like that. How important is it to have that mentality going into this game against South Carolina?
I mean, that's the only way you can approach it. Is just, yeah, when you get the chance to step on their neck and take the life out of them.
Thanks, Tyler.
The offense got going much quicker against UTSA over the weekend. You feel like there was anything that changed, anything different that allowed y'all to kind of get off to a smoother start?
Nah, I just feel like just being back in Neyland just really allowed us to like get our momentum going on offense, but nothing has changed. Nothing changed for real.
One question. Casey and then Wes.
The wide receiving room as a whole, what do you think you guys need to do to kind of take the next step to be even more successful as you guys start SEC play?
I feel like right now we making plays down the field. As you seen last week, we just got to continue building on that. Just working on our craft and stuff each and every day, every practice.
Wes.
Squirrel, is it hard not to think about last year's trip to South Carolina and what was on the line there and kind of what was lost? I know that maybe it wouldn't help to think about that at all this week. Are you a guy who looks at that for motivation or anything of that sort?
Nah, to be honest, we just this is a new season. Next game, next opponent. We just try not to really think about it. I mean, obviously we know it happened, but like it's just the next game.
Vince.
On some of those deep balls down the field that you guys haven't been able to complete, how much of that, if any, is on the receivers versus Joe? Because Coach Heupel has talked about, hey, it's not just on his throws. Can you explain that a little bit?
Oh yeah, it's just miscommunication. I never blame the quarterback. For me, I feel like it's always like receiver fault, to be honest. So yeah.
Adam and then Vince again.
You said you would never blame the quarterback. Is that like always been your mentality? Is that how you were in high school, or did you learn to have that mentality?
Yes, learning for high school, like quarterbacks already have like a lot on their shoulders and stuff. So like we don't need like all that on their shoulders. So like we'll take the blame for that.
Vince again.
What do you think of the dark mode jerseys you guys are going to wear Sunday?
They're pretty tight. I like them. Just the all black accessories, smooth.
We'll go to Paige and then back to Ben.
You're obviously tagged as one of the fastest guys on the team, so Milton had his touchdown run to open up against UTSA. Do you think you would have beaten him on that run, or where is that competition?
He was on the other side of the field. I feel like if I really could got down there, I feel like I could have beat him to the end zone. But now he topped out like at 21 miles per hour I seen, so yeah, he's pretty fast.
Ben.
Squirrel, you all obviously had a couple guys go down to injury on Saturday. What did you see from Chaz and Caleb stepping up and trying to take advantage of their opportunities?
I feel like they did good coming in. They didn't blink. Caleb had his first touchdown. I was pumped. Chaz came in, made a couple plays. It was just great to see them come in and work.
Vince and then Wes.
What do you know about South Carolina's defense and maybe specifically the secondary guys you'll be going up against?
They're pretty good. They play little man. It's gonna be tough for us, but I feel like we're ready.
Wes.
Squirrel, has it been difficult to explain to some of the younger receivers? I know you're a sophomore, so it's not like you've been here for years and years, but is it tough to explain to some of those young guys that with Joe, they just kind of have to keep running, that they might think that they need to slow down, but they just keep going, he'll still get them?
All season and stuff, like our timing is good. It's nothing like just keep digging and nothing like that, but yeah.
Anything else for Squirrel? And back, and then Casey will finish with you.
Obviously, quarterback wide receiver connection, you guys always have to be on your game. But how do you guys kind of connect with Joe off the field in that wide receiver room?
All season, we all just like kind of just hanging and stuff. In season, same thing. We hang, watch film together. On Mondays, we come in together. Without the coaches, we watch film and stuff like that. Just seeing what he liked and seeing what we like and stuff. So yeah.
Casey, last question.
Kind of going off of that, I know you mentioned before this season that you and Joe have a pretty close relationship. I think you said you guys had gone jet skiing before. With the kind of criticism that has come over in certain times these last 4 weeks about Joe, what is your role as a friend, not even just as a teammate, but your role as a friend to be there for him and kind of work through that with him?
Oh yeah, just tell him like block all the noise out, like don't even be on social media, like it's just us in there, nobody else.
Thanks, Squirrel.
Dylan obviously not getting any carries against Florida. Just kind of how did he handle that week, and did you guys give him any advice, and just what you said against UTSA?
I thought he did very good against UTSA, and that's the thing we've been preaching the whole year throughout the running back room. Just take advantage of opportunities, and I didn't even realize anything different with him throughout the week. He just put his head down just like everybody else in the room, just worked, and he just took advantage of every opportunity.
Casey?
When Coach Mack was in here, he mentioned how you guys as a whole, as the running back room, really support each other. It doesn't matter if someone's getting 25 carries, 20 carries, you guys stick up for each other, you guys support each other. You're not mad that you weren't the one getting the carries. Can you kind of speak to where that mentality comes from between you guys as a group?
Yeah, I mean, sure, we need each other. It's a long season. It's a lot of football left, and we're team oriented. It's a team first game. I'm not out there thinking about myself. I'm thinking about the win. And that's across the board, throughout the whole team. Like, it's not that serious. Whatever we just do the plan to get the dub. That's what we're gonna do.
Vince?
Jabari, there have been many snaps this season where there have been multiple running backs on the field together, and is that something that you guys have practiced before that you could show at some point?
If we did, I wouldn't say it. That's not my call.
Ben?
Jabari, after you all watched the UTSA film and flipped the calendar to South Carolina, did you think back to last year's game?
No, sir. I don't even think about last week. Just think about Wednesday practice. The task at hand.
You feel like the team as a whole is doing a good job of just focusing on this game and not kind of talking about last year? Because obviously outside the building, that's what a lot of people are talking about.
Oh yeah, for sure. We just focus on the task at hand. Right now, we just focus on Wednesday practice, afternoon meetings, like taking it one step at a time.
Adam, and then back to Vince.
You guys are leading the SEC in rushing right now. Is that a point of pride at all that you're doing that?
For sure. That's just goes back to taking advantage of opportunities. We have a lot of backs that can go. Our O-line, that's a true testament to the O-line as well. I don't think they get enough credit. The O-line is doing a great job. The quarterbacks, the play calling, the coaching staff. So it's a team effort, but definitely something that we want and we're trying to take advantage of.
Vince?
How's Cam Seldon hanging in there? I know there was that play on special teams. How's he doing at the running back position? And did you kind of put your arm around him and talk to him about that? Keep his head up.
Yeah, Cam good. He comes the same person every day. Very positive. Wants to get better. That's part of the game. You mess up, a little freshman error, but Cam will be fine. He's good.
Anything else for Jordan? Adam?
Coach Mack said sometimes he doesn't even know he's going to get the most carries or snaps or whatever between you guys going into a game. Do you have sort of a sense in pregame whose day it's going to be?
No, it's supposed to be, be ready whenever your name is called. It's usually a rotation, but sometimes before the game, you don't know what happened. Like, it could be an interception on your drive, it could be anything, penalties. So, you don't really know. It's not really for us to focus on. We're just trying to play ball, take advantage of opportunity.
Anything else for Jabari? Wes?
Jabari, obviously it's easier usually to play offense at home than it is on the road, but what is it that makes y'all so much more dangerous most of the time when you're right there across the street at Neyland Stadium?
I ain't even know one thing. I just think obviously playing away in hostile environments, that's a real thing. So it can make the communication part a little bit more difficult. But that's the only thing I can think of. We try to go out and be the best team each and every Saturday, the best offense in the country. So I can't really put my finger on why we're better, but I definitely think playing in hostile environments away against good SEC opponents play a factor.
Thanks, Jabari. Thanks, everyone.